So, I live. I'm alive. Hello. Got my coffee. Got my water. Hope everyone's doing all right. Having a chill time. I am sleepy. Alright. Just gonna wait for this ad break to be over. And we can get started. Ma'am, I have had a, not the best week. But possum, it's only Tuesday. Just the gain on that. So my mom wound up in the hospital on what was it, Friday, Saturday? It was not great. It's been a stressful year, and it's only February. I hope things get better. So that's why we're gonna take some time. We're gonna relax and enjoy some puzzles. All right, let's scoot. Hello. Close that down. Be gone, desktop audio. Alright. Start a new game. Starting a new game will reset your current progress. I tested this. I picked up this game for free a while back, and only recently checked it out, and it seemed pretty neat. Yep, this is definitely England in 1890. Look at this. Lady Arabelle, we're so happy to have you back at Botany Manor. I hope you had a lovely trip. In your absence, I'm afraid some things at the manor have deteriorated, I'll say. Though I can assure you we tried our best to keep things in order. I hope it doesn't affect your research too much. I can rotate it. Arabelle Green. Herbarium. Dear Arabelle Green, thank you once again for submitting your book proposal, Forgotten Flora. Please send this empty herbarium back to us once you have completed your research, and we'll be in touch with a potential offer. Sincerely, Mayflower Publishing House. I mean, you'd think that we'd have our research before submitting to a publishing house. That's fine. All right. Nope. I want to grow the windmill wort to filter the smoggy air in my conservatory, but I'll need to research its temperature requirements first. Okay. Potting instructions: place pot on saucer, add soil to pot, plant a seed, water the seed. Easy enough. Dirt. Seed. Water. Okay. Windmill wort, volcanic flower. Okay. Put that there. Ideal soil temperatures for Mediterranean wildflowers. Alright, so we've got volcanic flowers there. Honka! Hi, Solar. How's it going? Somerset falls victim to industrial smog. I can barely see. Horse bus drivers refuse to work in these conditions. Horse bus? Postcard from Marianne. Dearest Arabelle, on my hike I came across a windmill wort, a flower that only grows in Sicily. Going good. We gonna grow man-eating plants? I'm not sure what we're growing. Right now we're growing a windmill wort. Some locals told me the flower has air purifying qualities, but due to its bespoke temperature requirements, the plant rarely blooms. Maybe the flower could help with the smog pollution in your conservatory. I like how everybody already knows about my smog pollution. Alright, well, we've got our clues here. Our temperature chart. And we found out that it only grows in Sicily. And what did it say about Sicily? Sicily 60°C. That seems really hot for Sicily. We can see your black smoke cloud from here. Don't worry about it. It's England in 1890. This is normal. Okay. Fancy. Oh. That is a damn effective flower, huh? The windmill wort naturally grows in volcanic soil, which is why it requires a soil temperature of 60°C. The bud contains air purifying qualities, so the flower can filter its environment from dense smog. And that is as far as I got when I was experimenting, so everything beyond this point, I am completely blind. This is a nice little garden. Drawing from nature. I can't open it? This one little pizzicato string just keeps going. Ooh, sneak peek. So I take it that's the manor of Botany. What do we got? Botany Manor, home of the Green family. So I guess this is the gatehouse? I'm currently busy researching. Please leave all deliveries in the gatehouse and ring the bell. Aha. The entrance garden. So from what I understand, this is, why doesn't it say home of the Smog family? It's England. Everybody lives in the smog. It is the natural environment of England in the 1890s. So from what I understand, this game is, sort of in the same vein as Blueprints, but not as random, not procedurally generated. So it should be kind of interesting. Okay, well, we now got a book. Of course, I say it's in the same vein as Blueprints, but I guess, like, if it's not procedurally generated, then it's just a sparkling puzzle game. Okay, why can I look at this? My dear friend, good luck on your trip. I would have loved to join you, like in our younger days, but your tales about the trip will suffice when we next meet. I'll never forget the Maria Jackson passage you once highlighted to me. In examining plates, you take the authority of others, whereas in botany, as in all other things, we can make little progress if we do not see for ourselves. Well, now you must travel and see some interesting specimens for yourself. I'm inspired and look forward to hearing all about it. Your friend always, Eleanor. Oh. Orchard. Orchard is locked. Let me in is the achievement I just got. You touch anything and you instantly earn an achievement. What's over here? Well, this is pretty. I feel like you needed to click that more to get the let me in achievement. Yeah, that does seem like touching a door once is maybe a little light. This is nice. I wish we had a botanical garden here. Like, there used to be a botanical garden, not too far from where I used to live. Locked from the other side. And I went there once. I think it might have been the... Oh, the Arboretum? I think it was. Oh, come on, you can totally get over there. And, I remember it just being really pretty. It's such a pretty place. And there's just nothing like that out here. Ah, new plants. Scoop. Duck. Oh my god, why are there so many achievements? Shut up, it's just a duck. Can I disable that? Can I tell it to shut up about the achievements? You're taking me out of it, man. No. Unfortunately, EGS closes itself when a game is open. Alright. What do we got? My dearest Arabella, I hope this letter finds you well as you set off for London on your important trip. The thought of you in the bustling city working on your ambitions both excites and worries me. Time has indeed passed, and yet your determination for your field remains inspiring to me. I never imagined all those years ago that we'd be writing to each other in our 5th decade about such endeavors. I look forward to hearing about your progress, and of course, let me know how I can be of assistance upon your return. Your loving sister, Elizabeth. Okay. Aha. 2 new plants added. Here we go. Fulguria. I came across the Fulguria when I was caught in a terrible thunderstorm. I'm interested to learn more about its growth requirements. Well, with a name like that, and looking like that, I imagine that there's something to do with electricity. Ash plume, Lilium vivificum. This might be a tough case to crack. Okay. John Green. Ursula Pengilly. Just take a taser to it. I don't think those have been invented yet. Richard Green, Mary Deal, Theodore John Green, Augustus Green, Adelaide Pendleton, Henry Goodfellow, William Henry Goodfellow, Thomas Goodfellow, Florence Mary Hopgood, and Arabella Mary Green. So we are 55? If I'm understanding, yeah, 55, because it's 1890. Lady Arabella Green, I'm pleased to let you know that your family tree is complete, carefully tracing the history of your lineage. As per your request, I have altered the customary presentation, now displaying the maiden names of the ladies in your family rather than their current names acquired through marriage. Should you require any further adjustments or have additional inquiries, I remain at your service. Bug. Great Western Railway, Taunton to London Paddington, issued for return journey first class, elderly discount applied. I don't think they had elderly discounts in 1890. Also, fuck you, man. Arabella's parents. Alright, so there's the Fulguria. A blurry photograph. Ah. I purchased a new camera and flash lamp to document my flowers. The picture looks a little blurry though. I'll have to investigate the camera settings. The picture is so dark, impossible to see the flowers. I can't believe how quickly I have run out of that incredibly expensive flash powder. Just take a photo outside. Well lit photograph. I'm very pleased with this picture. It looks like I'm getting the hang of the camera. Okay, what's that? There was something over there. Oh. It's just a chair. Library hall. Okay. This is so pretty. Clam. Blocked by tree. Unfortunate. Alright, so we got a little drawing room over here. The art of painting in oil and fresco. That biscuit must be so stale. What do we got? Sulfur, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, sodium, titanium, zinc, and barium. Put that back. Chemical disposal. Okay. Anything in here? There is. Some ancient Celtic tribes practiced a coming-of-age ritual. This meant that when someone was considered old enough, it was time to prove themselves worthy of staying in the tribe. One of these rituals involved picking a flower in the woods, though not just any flower, of course. The gatherer had to find a fulguria, but this flower is known to only bloom during thunderstorms. Keeping a cool head while lightning flashes were striking left and right of you was considered the ultimate test of courage. Okay, well, we've got a clue. Oh, I guess that was a clue too. A key. Back terrace. Watson's flash powder. Potassium and magnesium. Okay, so it's not electricity, it's actually the flash. Lady Arabella, these past weeks I have been seeing lots of bright flashes coming from the back room of your house. It scares my cows immensely as they think a storm must be coming. My milk production has taken a hit because of this, and if you enjoy fresh milk in your morning cup of tea, I would advise you keep the flashes to a minimum. Farmer Charles. Aha. Okay. So we need magnesium and potassium. Okay. hang on. Oh, could I not, like... Yeah, just put that down for a moment. Ah, potassium and magnesium 2-to-1 ratio. And then potassium. Need to be in a specific order? Okay. Arabella and Elizabeth. Which one's Arabella and which one's Elizabeth? Alright. Let's go back here. No. Okay. We can go park this here. And... my eyes. I didn't even need 3 of the clues. A Fulguria only grows during thunderstorms where the flashes of lightning provide the bright light the flower needs to bloom. Because of its dangerous growing conditions, not many people have witnessed its beauty. Interesting. What was the last clue then? Okay, and what does that get me? I'll just put that there. Now that's pretty. you can live right there. Dartmoor. All the year round, home to breathtaking sights. Hound Tour, Wistman's Wood, and Becky Falls. Kitchen. Locked. Pyrophiles. Fire has the potential to be among the most devastating forces of nature. Despite this, humans have developed the ability to invent, wield, and attempt to manage it. Meanwhile, certain species in the plant kingdom have evolved to adapt and flourish in the face of fire. In areas where forest fires occur frequently, pyrophiles have learned to rely on fire as a crucial part of their life cycle. Facts about pyrophiles: their seeds typically possess tough shells. Some pyrophiles only bloom when surrounded by smoke aromas from their natural habitat. Pine trees are actually pyrophiles. Fun fact. Back terrace. Okay. Excuse me. Locked from the other side. Oh. Pretty. Ew. Somebody needs to throw that away. There's another seed there. Seed log. A summary of some seeds I've gathered this year and the location I found them at. cow parsley, Blackdown Hills, poppy, cheddar gorge, buttercups, steert marshes, ash plume, Wistman's wood. Okay, so the ash plume comes from Wistman's wood. Wooden anemone from Holford Combe, wild thyme from Colburn Wood, and foxglove from Ford Abbey. Alright, so we've got ash plume. My dear friend Arabella, a friend of mine visited the Americas and brought back a pair of fabulous gray squirrels. They are the latest trend in garden decorations. All of my neighbors have sent for them as well. It was a great investment. The two squirrels have now started a big family, and my garden is full of the darling little critters. One thing I did notice is that I haven't seen a red squirrel in my garden for some time now. How odd. You must visit soon and see the squirrels for yourself. Alright, what's this? Formal garden. Well, hang on now. Did I miss the clue for the Fulgaria? The photographs. Okay. I don't seem to have. Ah. Spectacles. Your new Lumen photographic flash lamp. Fill the container with flash powder, close the container, press the... Oh. Alright. I don't need instruction manuals. Alright, now we can proceed. Locked. Thursday, Jimmy broke another mortar. That boy really needs to learn how to grind spices without breaking down my kitchen. What is he doing to break a mortar? Like, I have mortars. Those things are super hard, heavy duty. Lady Arabella may not be best pleased with me asking for a new one. The last mortar took years to be sorted. She's so scatterbrained, always off on her fancy research trips. Flour, eggs, milk, leeks, potatoes, and carrots. Ah, kitchen key. You use a hammer to make stuff in a mortar. I mean, technically, yes, actually. It's basically all a pestle is. More or less, depending on the type of mortar you have. painting room. Wait, huh? Why is there an allowance for stairs? Blessed is this kitchen by grace and holy light. May all those who enter find comfort and respite. Blessed is the hearth with laughter and with cheer. May the love shared here be held forever dear. To those who serve the Lord, who seek their sanctuary, remember this year of construction, for this, friends, is the key. Okay, your meter kind of broke down there. Hazel's priceless recipes for the home, farm, workshop, and every department of human endeavor. Roasted chestnuts. This is a simple recipe perfect to warm those cold winter nights. You can use any edible chestnuts. They are easily foraged. The main difficulty with chestnuts is that they have a tough shell, but luckily they're easy to crack open with the help of fire. Simply place the nuts in a pan above the fire and wait until you hear a pop. This means that your chestnuts are nicely roasted and ready to eat. All right. Society of Historians, Southwest Group, monthly lecture open to all society members, the history of Dartmoor given by our resident natural history professor. The professor will present how the moor was once covered in majestic forests and woods, how early settlers came to the area and cleared most of the trees for pasture using fire as their method of choice. It promises to be a fascinating story of how the moorland we know and love today came into existence. Damn, Jimmy, calm down. And that's with a wooden pestle, too. Like, what was this kid doing? Dear lady, we received your letter applying to study botany at our College of Natural Sciences along with your enclosed drawings. We do not at present and have never admitted women to study at the college. Botany is a serious science conducted in laboratories and lecture halls. By all means, continue to pursue your hobby tending to your garden in domestic space where it may be appreciated. Positions at the college are reserved for serious scholars whose studies will go on to be well utilized in a career in botanical experimentation. Therefore, with all politeness, we do not offer these valuable positions to amateurs that should otherwise be taken up by genuine academics. I'm pretty sure that by 1890, there were colleges accepting women into the sciences. That's not to say that it was a non-sexist time, but, you know, porcelain duck. But I think that if you were gonna take a shot at the sciences, botany would probably be a good one. What is this? Weights? Mysterious symbol. It is a lamb carrying the English flag. Can't afford pestle hammer used instead. Okay. Oak logs, maple logs, cherry logs, birch log. Dartmoor lecture. Smokery. Smoked food. It sure is. Home smoking and curing. Using the home smokery. The type of wood used in your smokery is of great importance, though which one to pick depends entirely on your personal tastes and preferences. Burning wood from different types of tree produces different smoke aromas. This is due to different chemical compositions in each type of smoke and has great impact on the flavor of your smoked food. So in summary, choose your wood logs with care. Okay. What's this? The ancient oaks stand tall in Wistman's wood. Covered in moss, they withstood the test of time, though none can tell the sorrows that did befell those trees in Wistman's wood. Okay, so we're gonna be burning oak. To someone special. Dearest Hazel, I picked you some roses from the garden to cheer you up. When you're done with your work in the kitchen, would you like to meet me for a cup of tea in the back garden? The pond is lovely this time of year. Warm regards, Mr. Bennett. I can't get over there. Cooking book. Smoking book. Poem. Do I have the seeds for these yet, though? Alright, so they're gonna want the smoke from oak. Oh yeah, I did find the seeds. I found them out in the other garden, in the terrace garden. So let's go plant them. You. You okay? You didn't want to wake up. I think that perhaps it just wants to smoke. Yeah, it wants to be cracked. And then we can water it. There it goes. Look at it. Yippee! Pop. And now we can throw it in here. Sit right there. Now we want an oak log. There we go. Pretty. The ash plume is a pyrophile, evolved to survive harsh forest fires. Its seed cracks open with extreme heat, and afterwards the oak smoke from its habitat indicates it's safe to bloom. Neat. Oh, gatehouse delivery. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Let's see who it's from. Oh my god, the music's so excited. A key to the orchard. We are pleased to deliver a new key for your orchard gate. We hope you are enjoying the gate. Don't hesitate to visit us again should you need further metalwork and decoration for the manor. Sincerely, John Babbage. Cool. What's this? Oh, right. The orchard was this way? Yes. Ooh. Some wisteria. Some something or others. Apples. They looked a little odd for a moment. Dear niece, I've gathered a selection of my cherished toys and books, among them my beloved Piggy. I highly recommend the nursery rhymes. They are charming as well as educational, though I'll take no offense should they put your little one straight to sleep. With all my affections, Auntie Arabella. The wolf glove, high on the mountain top so steep, grows a flower that's hard to keep, its petals delicate and bright, whistling in the wind with all their might. The mountaineers who climb up high listen for the whistle as they try to find their way amidst the snow to reach the summit, cheeks aglow. With every step they hear it loud, the wolf glove's howl, clear and proud, guiding them through paths unknown to reach the summit and call it home. I see. Educational indeed. Oh, little nursery. Pixie tears. This flower is closely associated with orchards. I wonder why. Notes on soil additives. Sometimes I need to add extra nutrition to the soil. I have found the following amounts to work best with my different pots. Okay. Dearest Arabella, how are you getting on in your garden? I hope it's not getting to be too much for you on your own these days. Our mutual friend mentioned you have been struggling to germinate the ash plume. Have you tried making sure there's fresh compost in the pot? Stubborn seeds often need that to grow. I'll visit you sometimes and perhaps I can find a way to crack the seed for you. Wah, 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 wah. I can show you the book I've been working on at the same time. Yours sincerely, Charles Tucker, Esquire. Who is leaving all these sandwiches around? Okay. Red Campion. Foxglove. Primrose. Hyacinth. Spring Dance Shrub. Pixie Tears. Bluebell. Cradle Fern. Tincture of iodine, perfect for preparing microscope slides. C. Chloroplasts. In the world of plants, the sun is the ultimate source of energy. Chloroplasts, small organelles inside the cells of a plant, are responsible for capturing the light from the sun and converting it into sugar through photosynthesis. However, not all plants have chloroplasts. Some plants rely on organic matter for their energy and do not photosynthesize. They have lost their chloroplasts over time and have instead adapted to obtain energy by absorbing sugars through their roots. It is therefore recommended to add a certain amount of sugar to the soil when cultivating these particular plants. Why sugar? Sugar's so expensive at this point in history. Sheep. Hi, buddy. Orchard mosaic. It is a tree. History of England. Priest holes. I was actually just watching a video on YouTube about an English manor house which had a number of priest hides in it. And it was really, really interesting just how well hidden these things were. Like there was one that was behind like the pie oven in the kitchen that you had to access by going up and around behind the kitchen through one of the other rooms. And there was one in a small library off of one of the bed chambers. There was a like a cupboard for storing books and whatnot, which had oak paneling around the inside, and then behind the oak paneling on one side was a pair of beams. One of those beams actually pivoted outward to allow a priest to slip into a small room behind it, and then it would lock from the inside. Bed chambers. Yeah, bed chambers. Back in the Middle Ages, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth, all Catholics were persecuted by law. Therefore, some households built secret rooms in case they need to hide a priest that was visiting their family home. Funnily enough, Catholicism itself was not outlawed, but preaching it was. So technically, you could be a Catholic as long as you attended the Anglican Church 4 times a year. But you weren't allowed to be a priest. Many of these so-called priest holes were designed and built by Nicholas Owen. Yeah, I believe this guy was actually mentioned in that video. Not the owner, only the owner of the house and Nicholas himself knew about the location. Because of this, it is thought that there may be many undiscovered priest holes throughout England to this day. Okay, so that probably explains why there is a space for a staircase above the kitchen connected to a hallway where there is no staircase. It's probably a priest hole. Thank you for inviting me to Botany Manor last Monday. As a historian, I found it wonderful to see an authentic medieval manor, especially one as beautiful as yours. I apologize again for not being able to locate the priest hole in your house, though I am convinced it exists, and we will find it one day. It won't be easy. They tend to be hidden well and sometimes require elaborate mechanisms to be opened. Kind regards, Professor Pennyworth. In fact, the one that was mentioned in that video that was behind the pivoting beam actually was not discovered until the 1800s when a boy was rifling through a cupboard after the manor had been abandoned, and he pulled out some loose bricks from the wall, and he peered through the hole, and he saw a stool in a little tiny room, and he didn't recognize where that room was, so he went around to where that room should be, and he found the cupboard, and then found the beam that pivoted outwards and found the priest hide. So if that boy hadn't been, pulling bricks out of the wall, there's a chance that priest hide would have gone undiscovered to this day. What is this, a well? This is an elevator. Anemometer. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So there's a move down. Actually, you know what? I should probably check up top just in case. I don't think that there's anything up here. Oh, you know what this is? This is probably for the wolf glove. Oh wait, actually, you can hear it. You can hear it whistling. Okay. So it does seem... I do wish there was a faster way to do this. It's a very noisy tower now. Okay. All right. Okay. Key to the painting room. Lady Arabella, as you can see, the staircase of the orangery collapsed in your absence. I've already written to the builder in the hope that he wants to sort it out. Though, as you know, he can be difficult to pin down. I do apologize if this is getting in the way of your research. I don't suppose you could find another way to the bottom level. Dearest Arabella, we made it to the Alps. We are so sad that you couldn't join us this time, but we understand you are busy creating your herbarium. Yesterday, we were lost on a hike until suddenly we heard a strange whistling tune. We followed the sound, and soon enough, we discovered it. Discovered it was coming from a tiny flower. If only you had been there to tell us what kind of flower it was. Your loving friend always, Natty. To Arabella Green, Botany Manor, Somerset. From Matt Golding. From Natty Golding, rather. Microscope slides. Book. Well, this one we know was nursery rhyme. Letter about the Alps. Envelope with stamp. Seed packet location, orangery. Okay, so it's probably like down there. Oh! Okay. Yeah, this is this place. So now we've unlocked a shortcut back to the painting room. Ah. Servants' hall. Pantry. Servants' hall, pantry. Hang on. I don't remember there being a servants' hall. Oh god, I got turned around. Oh, this is the servants' hall. Okay. On the second floor. Yeah, cause see, that there is probably a priest hide. Since there's nowhere for that to actually go. Botanical painting. This looks like wolf glove. Lady Arabella, I was wondering if I could join Mr. Bennett into town later this afternoon to place an order for a new kitchen scale. The one we have is rather ancient and I'm afraid not suitable for measuring flour to make my delicious scones. If you could let me know your decision before the afternoon, that'd be lovely. In your service, Mrs. Patterson. Symbology, a study wherein the discerning reader will find a history of the use of religious and folkloric symbols throughout the art throughout the art of the world. Triskelion, Neolithic, Taijutsu, Taoism, Star and Crescent, Islam, Wheel of Dharma, Buddhism, Star of David, Judaism, Agnus Dei, Catholicism. Ah! So that is probably related to our priesthood. Because there was over here. Yeah, there was this. So this is probably like a secret door. Oh, wait. I'm going on an inkling here. 15. No. Okay. So we gotta figure out a number. Chestnuts. Kindling. Let's head back to the painting room. Meadow Orchids Research Team 1862, Professor John Montague, Anne Montague, Robert Brown, Arabella Green. Dear Miss Green, your research proposal on the structure of coastal plants was of quaint interest. We have no plans to fund a small project like this, but perhaps if you are set on botanical field work, you might assist Professor Montague in his work on British meadow orchids. I'm sure your natural aptitude for domestic duties would be much appreciated. Might I also recommend John Lindley's book Ladies' Botany, or A Familiar Introduction to the Study of the Natural System of Botany. It is an elementary book for unscientific readers and one I have heard is a suitable amusement for ladies such as yourself, being about a mother who wishes to teach her children about plants. Huff farts, my dude. Flower painting in watercolor. Okay. What's this? My dearest Arabella, in Gardens Fair, you grace the scene of flower rare. Your presence beams with radiant light, a lily's charm so pure and white. Your hands like petals soft and fine, in tender touch a love divine, and in your eyes a brilliance glows as daisies fair in spring's repose. Oh, how I long to have you near, to cherish you, my heart sincere, like roses freshly cut. You'd be the trophy of my home with glee. Alright, so let's see. Pantry. Let's head back out here. Ah! Okay. So there's that symbol again, so I guess there's a secret passage, probably from the kitchen. Ooh, I missed these. The Mountaineer's Guide to Alpine Exploration. Be sure to wear the correct gear when climbing. The winds in the Alps can be fierce and changeable. It is advised to wear thick, warm clothing and sturdy boots with a good grip. Okay. Wind speed and pressure. Mont Blanc, Jungfrau, Matterhorn, Zugspitze, Eiger, Watzmann, Mount Weisshorn, Triglav, Gran Paradiso, and Mount Ventoux. Oh, hey. Oh, okay. So it's a combination. So wind speed of 35, wind speed of 50, wind speed of 45, wind speed of 20, so on and so forth. Somehow my anemometer broke. I hope there isn't a poltergeist in the tower after all. Alright. So I've got the pixie tears, but that doesn't really help me. Where was... I received a request for repairs of the roof of your garden tower. Alas, I must confess that I am not the man to undertake this task. It may have escaped your notice that the tower in your orchard is known to the locals as the Turbulent Tower. It is believed that a poltergeist dwells within its walls. Legend says that the spirit is evil and brings ferocious winds upon anyone who dares enter the tower. I don't want to provoke the wrath of this ghost, and I advise you to refrain from meddling with the tower. Willie, the builder. What do you mean Willie the builder is afraid of a wind ghost? Alright, let's see. Was here? 97 grams. So maybe I have to measure out 90 and 7? Wait, hang on. Does the type of pot matter? I4. You know, while I'm out here, might as well throw that in there. I have a suspicion about you. Because it mentioned being related to orchards. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there. Alas. Hang on, is there sugar down here? Is it coffee mill? Any sugar in the pantry? Alright. So let's try 9. 7. Nope. D. Letter from builder. Wind research. Alpine weather. Duck, assist me. Duck was no help. Wait. Why Why can't I interact with that? I just saw it was interactable. Oh well. Wait. Can I only interact? Okay. I can apparently only interact with it from the outside. Alright. Ooh, wait, there was that recipe out on the terrace. Did I check back here? I think I did. Flowering plants of Great Britain. Ooh. That's the dining room. Quack. Seed log, cow parsley, ash plume, wild thyme. Alright, let's see. Is this locked? Yeah. Flour, eggs, milk leeks, potatoes, and carrots. This is Hazel Patterson. So the one thing that's not on that list is sugar. But I assume that her scones aren't made with parsnips. Or leeks. I'm gonna be right back real quick. Quick bathroom break. Gonna have a nice seat. Be right back. I return. I had to go feed the cats. All right. I wish that I could, like, actually see the clues. Q. Maps. Okay. Um, 10 is the pantry. 15 is the painting. So what am I trying to find here? Did I find any notes on what was needed for wolf glove? Boy, sure is windy up there, huh? Alright, is there any sugar out here? Sheep, sheep. Tincture of iodine, perfect for preparing microscope slides. Red campion. Foxglove. Pixie tears. Right. So that's showing us that pixie tears do not have chloroplasts. Oh, a door. Oh, hello. Whole area I missed. The Heritage Orchard and preservation of endangered apple varieties. Ew. Ew. Cider making and apple blending. A knobby russet. 40 grams of sugar. Low tannins, low acid. Ah! So we want to take our knobby russet and crush it to pieces. Presumably. Merlin's Mist. Bitter green steak. Seymour's Delight. Okay. I understand. Let me go get my pixie plant, wherever that went. What was it called? Peculiar petals. Pixie tears. Let me go grab that. Who stole my pixie tears? Well, fine. I'll just get another one. Alright. Now we take this. Run it over here. Ah, this is why pixie tears are associated with orchards. They like apple juice, I guess. our Navi russet. Splat. Is it supposed to be doing that? Seymour's Delight. Lord to Peckover. Foxwhelp. Like, was there another clue that had something to say about, the acidity that Pixie's Tears likes? Okay, well, it didn't seem to like that one. Trial and error. Should I be using a combination? Stuff all of them in there. No. So what do we got? So the Nabi russet is high in sugar. I don't remember seeing anything else. Cider apples. Ah, apple blending. Apple blending. Sugar tannins and acid values. Okay, so what am I supposed to be getting to 100 grams? Is that what the goal here is? So, let's see. 40 grams plus 30 grams plus 22. So let me see. Let me write this down, because I'm not going to remember it. I think I'm trying to get to 100 grams of sugar. So let's do 40 grams Nabi russet. KR is 40. Then we can get Cat's Head, which it brings it up to 70. Well, then I only have room for... Okay, so we don't want Cat's Head. Cat's Head is too much. So we want... We're trying to get to 60 more grams. Kingston Black is 35. Oh, Kingston Black and Pit Mason Pine. PP for 65. And then Kingston Black. KB for 100. I think. So, Nobby Russet. Kingston Black. Then... that one. This one? This one. And then Kingston Black. Kingston Black, Kingston Black. And it didn't work. Well, What do you want from me? Oh, wait. Or am I trying to get to 97? That makes it even harder. I'm bad at math. You can't do this to me. Alright. Well, there's 27. My eraser on my pencil doesn't work. Devastating. So we're gonna want Merlin's Mist, because that's gonna make life much easier. MM, so that makes it 67. And then 30 for Cat's Head. Okay, let's try that. Merlin's Mist is just the blue one, right? That is a really pretty apple. I have no idea what it would taste like. And then Cat's Head. Yeah, we got it. Ooh. Butterflies. Okay, the pixie tears no longer contain chloroplasts, which are organelles responsible for photosynthesis. Instead, the pixie tears obtain sugar through their roots, which it commonly finds in the apples from orchards. Cool. Are the butterflies gonna follow it around, or are they just gonna hang out over here? I think they're just gonna hang out over here. That's fine. Ooh. Oh, they're everywhere now. Oh, yippee. Wait, no, these were here, weren't they? Alright, well that's all well and good. But what do I do to get into the kitchen? Well, into the hidey hole. Where's the clue for that? Oh, that's where I left you. You know what? You can just stay there. Mysterious symbol. No, it's not. We know exactly what it is. Hang on. go find the book. Maybe it'll give us a clue. Here. Scholars advance classes into the discerning reader. New. Okay. So, like, I understand the mechanism, but what's the clue? And why can I look at this mural? Okay. One. Five. Six. Two. 6, 4. 6, 7. 6, 9. Ooh. Why is that one so dusty? Oh, it's just a lighting thing. Okay. Hang on. Where's that symbology book? I don't think it had anything to say about it, but... No. Yeah, basically the only clue here is that that leads to the priest hide. Wait. Constructed 1593. Okay, so 1, 5, 9, 3. Yeah! Who lit these? Who is keeping these lit? Also, this is significantly more elaborate than the actual historical priest hides, I can say that much. Though this is actually fairly close to what they actually looked like, though a bit bigger. My Lord Grain, thou hast ventured mightily in granting me refuge within these walls, and for such favor I remain eternally indebted to thee. The cunning of Little John and his establishment of this sanctuary doth inspire awe. A saint he is to our brethren and sisters, who have sought refuge from the harsh rule of Queen Elizabeth and King James. Pray extend my gratitude unto thy cook for the sustenance provided, a welcome respite from Brother Michael's oft-repeated fare of leeks and potatoes. With the most earnest of thanks, I entreat that this missive shall not mark our final communion, and that our faith may endure unbroken. Yours with devotion, R. Blount. Duck. Okay. Okay, but orangeries weren't really a thing until like the 1700s, so why does the priest hide connect to it? Alright, we finally have Wolf Glove. Okay. What do we got? Lady Mountaineers Club, first outing, 1858. Open. Coins. Tour, Eiffel, Paris. Souvenir de mon Ascension. Matterhorn, first summit, 1865. Edward Whymper. Weisshorn, Switzerland. Gran Paradiso, Italia. Innsbruck, Österreich. The Society for Botanical Science meets every second and fourth Wednesday from 6 o'clock at the Assembly Rooms in Stroud. A prospective applicant must be supported by 3 existing gentlemen of the Society, along with evidence of research showing his dedication to the advancement of the science of botany. Widows of existing fellows receive honorary membership to attend annual social events. This month's lecture is on the importance of laboratory investigation. Okay. Today marks the beginning of an intriguing adventure as I join Professor John Montague, his wife Anne Montague, and fellow botanist Robert Brown on our field trip to study British meadow orchids. Excuse me. Everyone's enthusiasm for the subject is infectious. Today, Professor Montague gathered all of us to examine a southern marsh orchid. Though upon arrival, I noticed it had a much more hooded appearance and could be a new species entirely. When I pointed this out, Professor Montague laughed and explained he was simply testing us. Okay. Ben Nevis. Mount Ventoux. Mount Blanc. Eiger. Grindelwald Lauterunen? The Crystal Palace for the Great Exhibition in London, 1851. Sister Son & Co., 58 to 61, St. Paul's. Okay. So I can't help but notice there's souvenir coins from, like, literally every single mountain that was listed. So how am I supposed to figure out which one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That could be a problem. The door closed behind us. Now we must find a way out. Oh. Well, good news. All right. Oh. Okay. So there was that letter, or where was it? it this one? We made it to the Alps. Okay, so it's Matterhorn. Matterhorn, wind speed 20 feet per second. That seems really low. Wind speed and pressure in the Alps by location. Okay, so that could be literally any of them. These are all the Alps. Random planks save the day. They sure do. It would have been very awkward to get trapped and die in my orangery after discovering a local priest, a hidden priest hide. Okay, let's go ahead. Plant this. And I guess we're just gonna have to see how it goes. All right. Let's see. 35 on 3rd floor. Oh God. Wind speed of 20 feet per second on 1st floor. Well, this is England. This is Britain, so I assume that it's Oh, wait. I understand. Because we never saw that. So we have to find which of these we did not climb. We climbed the Matterhorn, we climbed Mont Blanc, we climbed Gran Paradiso and Mount Ventoux and Weisshorn. I think we got Eiger. Did we get Jungfrau? Ventoux, Nevis, Mont Blanc, Eiger. Oh, Ascension, Matterhorn, okay. Weisshorn, Gran Paradiso, Innsbruck. So which one do we have here? So, Jungfrau, Zugspitze, Watzmann, and Triglav. Okay. 45, 20, 25, 40. Okay. So, 45, Eiger. We climbed Eiger, though. Alright, where's 45? So we close the first window and go up to the 4th, I guess? Incorrect. I wish there was a faster way to the bottom. wrong way. Okay. All right, let's see. So close, open, open, close, close is 35. 35 on third floor. Should mark that. 35. So, oh, I just realized half open. So there's doors that are half open. Boy, this is gonna be a pain, huh? How am I supposed to figure this one out? Okay. So 45. So half open, half open. All the way open, half open in the other direction. So 45, Eiger. Pressure millibars. Oh, I think we want to go to the highest, don't we? No. 1,000 milli. Yeah, we want to go to the lowest one. So 50 on Mount Ventoux. So which one's 50? 50 on second floor. So that is half open, 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 closed, open. Half open, open, close, open. Let me write that down. So we'll do half open, open, closed, open on second floor. And that's got the lowest millibar. So I assume that that's going to be the highest, stimulating the highest peak. Open, open, closed. And then to second floor. No. Damn. Did they mention the mountain by name? Yesterday we were lost on a hike until suddenly we heard a strange whistling tune. We followed the sound and soon enough we discovered it was coming from a tiny flower. Ah, Botany Manor, Somerset from Natty Golding. That's not helpful. Oh wait. Blah, 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 blah. British Meadows, blah, blah, blah. Southern Marsh. Right. Ventu. Iger. Blanc. Ben Nevis, which isn't on the list. Ladies Mountaineering Club. Oh, 1858. 1865. 1885. 1858. No. 1851. Darn. Hmm. Six o'clock. Coin collection. Obviously. So the coin collection is a clue. Earn. And Paradiso. Innsbruck. And where does this go? Iger. Look, I would have assumed that it wanted the lowest pressure. Somehow my anemometer broke. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh! I think it's not just about wind speed, it's also about... Hang on. Yeah. Wind speed of 25 on 5th floor. Wind speed of 25. 990. I guess we can try it. That's gonna be half, half, closed, open, open. 25. I assume it wants to be high up. Open, open, closed, half, half. No. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to figure this one out. It wouldn't be so bad if there was a fast way to the bottom. Doesn't matter the direction that it's open in. Okay. Let's go check the nursery rhyme book again. High on the mountaintop, so steep. There's a flower that's hard to keep. Mountaineers, you climb up high. Okay. So I have all of the clues. I mean, I could just try the ones that I have access to. Matterhorn. Like, surely it's not wanting me to go for the ones that are the highest millibar. Wind speed of 40 on the 4th floor. First floor. So this, I feel like this is trying to tell me something. 35. 20. Okay. I think it's that every shutter is 5, maybe? So, well, that doesn't make sense. What is the pattern here? Matterhorn 20, Mont Blanc 35, Zugspitze 55. Eiger 45. Alright, let me just write down which ones we actually have. We have Ben Nevis. Which we know is not relevant. We have Ventu. Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc. We have Eiger. Crystal Palace, which doesn't matter. We have Matterhorn. Matterhorn. Weisshorn. I think we can actually eliminate Matterhorn because it says Lady Mountaineers Club, first outing 1858, first summit 1865. Gran Paradiso we've done. Gran Paradiso. So maybe it's the ones that we have done. 1885. And Innsbruck, I think, is just a place. So we can get rid of Ben Nevis. We don't need to worry about that. We got Ventoux, Mont Blanc, Eiger, Matterhorn, Weisshorn, and Gran Paradiso. Now let's look at these. So Ventoux is 50. Gran Paradiso is 25. Weisshorn is 40. Eiger is 45. Mont Blanc is 35. Matterhorn is 20. Alright. Well, we've already eliminated Matterhorn. I think. Did we? Which ones have we done? We've done... Well, we did Ventoux. So we can eliminate that. So we want it as high as possible. So we can try Eiger, 45. Alright, so 45 on 4th floor, that's closed. Half to the left, half to the left. Open, half to the right. On the 4th floor. We can eliminate... We can eliminate Zugspitze because that's not one of the mountains we've climbed. Or, more importantly, I don't think it's a speed in here. If there's a pattern here, I don't know what it is. The Alpine Club. Triglav is not a figure of 5, so we can eliminate that one. Gran Paradiso is 25. At... So the only 25 is 6, so we can eliminate that one. Because we just did that. $20 on 1st floor. We haven't done that one. That one's gonna be... left, right, left, right, left. Mont Blanc is closed, closed, left, right, closed, on third floor. And do we have 40 anywhere? 40 is, for Weisshorn, is left, closed, open, open, closed on fourth floor. Okay. Well, we now have a starting place. We can start with Matterhorn and Weisshorn. Let's start with Weisshorn. Alright, so move up. Close that one. Move up. Close both of these. Move up. Open. Move up. Open. Move up. Close. Move down. Hey! First try. That one was a toughie. Wolf Club grows on Mount Weisshorn, where the weather is just right. When the wind hits its tubular bells, a howling sound can be heard. Mountaineers are familiar with this flower and use it to navigate on foggy days. That is really annoying. Oh, a delivery! A woo! Thank God we don't have to deal with this tower anymore. I love how excited the music gets when we get a delivery. Clock. Let's go get our mail. You know, considering this place was built in 1590, I'm surprised that we have one arrow slit and not a single gun port. I'm so glad to hear you returned safely from your travels. While you were away, I changed the code for the library door lock. Each time I visited, as I know some of grandmother's valuable items are kept in the secret vault. The new code for the door is the 3 initials of my name to make it easy for you to remember. I hope that we can meet soon. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures. Your loving sister. So it's Elizabeth Green. I don't know what her middle initial is. But we can look it up because we have the family tree. Okay. But she might not use the family name. She might use a married name. So it might be her husband's last name. So Elizabeth Ann Green. So it would be E-A-H. Yeah. So Elizabeth. Open? Yeah. It's not much of a library, is it? Thank you. Dear Lady Green, thank you kindly for the flower books you sent for my daughters. To this day, they still show an interest in learning more about plants and painting. I'm keen that my daughters have access to a good education, so I hope you don't mind me putting it upon you that you might be able to teach them somehow. Your dedication and knowledge seems so rare and inaccessible elsewhere for young girls like mine. I hope you will consider my proposal. Sincerest regards, Olive Campbell. Bug. Modern methods of teaching. Ooh. This is very Tudor. Ooh. What's with the arrows lit up there? The Fox and the Crow. One evening, a fox was in search of something to eat for dinner. He saw the crow sitting on a tree branch holding a big piece of tasty cheese in her beak. So the fox came up with a plan. He walked up to the crow and complimented her shiny black feathers. The crow was suspicious of the fox. She kept her beak tightly closed on the cheese. The fox kept on charming the crow, describing her as the most majestic of all birds with a big, strong beak. Oh, what a song that beak must make. It must be the song of a queen. Please, beautiful crow, let me hear it. Flattered by the praise, the crow forgot all about her suspicion and also her dinner. So she opened her beak wide to utter her loudest caw, and down fell the cheese straight into the fox's open mouth. What did I just do? I pressed something and it immediately made a noise like I activated something. Puzzle engaged. Wonders of the night sky. Oh, okay. Did I just accidentally press the right button? Okay, like, this is definitely gonna, like, open up into a secret passage, isn't it? Ah, the question is, how do I get up there? Probably the big staircase. The Hare and the Tortoise. At midday, a hare and a tortoise took a walk together. The hare moved quickly and noticed the tortoise struggling to keep up. The hare laughed and challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepted. A course was decided and the race began. The hare immediately leapt out of sight and then laid down to take a nap, sure that the tortoise would never catch up. The tortoise plodded along slowly, making his way towards the finish line. When the hare awoke from his nap, he opened his eyes just in time to see the tortoise crawling slowly across the finish line. The proud hare had been so sure that he would win and underestimated the tortoise. As the tortoise crossed the finish line, he exclaimed, "Slow and steady wins the race." Okay. The Rising Sun. The golden fish. One bright morning, a poor fisherman caught a shining golden fish. The fish cried, "Please let me live. I'm not a fish, but a prince enchanted by a wicked spell." So the fisherman let the fish go free. When the fisherman's wife learned of this, she demanded the fish grant a wish in return for its freedom, a cottage instead of the hovel where they lived. So the fisherman returned to the shore, and the fish granted their wish. But the wife was greedy and demanded riches, a palace, and servants. All the while, the ocean became darker, and the shore was black with dirt. Finally, the wife wished to be so powerful that she could grant wishes for herself. In return for this greedy request, the fish revoked all of the wishes it had granted. After that, the ocean became blue again, the shore clean, and the fisherman never saw the golden fish again. New Year's Ball to be given at Somerset Hall. Thursday, 4th of January, 1860. Supper is at 6 o'clock. Good music in attendance. Oh shit, they got Grimes. Cousin, wash your hands and accompany me. You won't find a husband at the bottom of the garden. Okay, so Rising Sun, I guess, is the next one. Like, I'm hearing things clicking around. Can I open the study? No, it's locked. This? No. I haven't even looked at the flowers in this section. Botanical allies. Lilium Hesperides. I vaguely recall my grandmother studying the nightfall when I was young. Location, Grandma's Vault. Sapphire Gloom. Judging by the name, I don't believe this to be an edible mushroom. Fair enough. Cradle Fern. Blechnum nidus. The past years, these ferns have drastically declined on the banks, so I feel compelled to research any changes in their environment. And brook chalice. My friend wrote to me about the brook chalice, which made me want to research them. Seed packet location, attic. Master bedroom, study. Grandma's vault. Oh. Ah. Okay. The Fox and the Crow, one evening. One bright morning. Fishing chance. How many wishes did she make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? At midday. Okay, so the tortoise and hare is at noon. So in the middle. So we'll do... Wait. Okay. So 1, 2, Damn. Ah, wait. So, sunrise, one evening, one day, at noon, evening, night. There we go. Sunset, 1st of May. Red, orange, yellow, pink. It sure is, Grandma. Sunset, 22nd of May. Blue, orange, pink, and blue, yellow, pink, and orange. Sunset, 8th of July. Blue, purple, pink, and orange. London Record. Lindley appointed chair of botany at University College London after an esteemed early career as assistant secretary to the Horticultural Society and admission as one of the youngest ever fellows to the Linnean Society. John Lindley plans to elevate the science of botany. He spoke thus in his inaugural lecture. It has been very much the fashion of late years in this country to undervalue the importance of this science and to consider it an amusement for ladies rather than an occupation for the serious thoughts of men. Lindley also challenged the Linnean classification system and proposes many changes. So it's just like one douchebag being just an awful sexist piece of shit. Aha! Is this the study? This is a study. Nightfall progress. I've been trying to encourage the nightfall to bloom for a little while now. I'm determined to prove it's more than just a myth. So far, I have deduced that the flower only opens at sunset, and only during a particular time of year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. I shall plant a few more seedlings tomorrow and continue my research. Tasks for this month: monitor nightfall seedlings, rose planting list, collect field samples, and seed collection. Where's my water? I'm drying out. Okay. What's this? Ah. Here's the nightfall seeds. That's a cashew. Grandma, were you trying to grow a cashew? Sunset, 25th of June. Blue, purple, orange, and red. Sunset, 12th of September. Blue, yellow, orange, and red. Blue, purple, red, and orange. 8th of August. 14th of October. Green, blue, pink, and orange. Well, that stands out, doesn't it? Sunset, 14th of October. Also, who kept these candles lit? Okay, so now we can access the study. What was that? No. Alright, so there's our deadly mushroom spores. Egg. Tree diseases. Tree pox. Okay, well, we know where the where this is relevant. This is the tree in the foyer. Red tree pox. If a tree is infected with red tree pox, many small blah blah. Ah, here it is. Root parasite. The root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrients that the tree retrieves from the soil. Eventually, it causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaves. There is currently no known cure. Okay, well, egg. mushroom. Arabella, I have some more books from the department that may be of interest for your research. One I recall was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit the college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. So long as they are returned before summer ends, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research, Uncle Theodore. Mushroom food sources. Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to nutrients through soil and have evolved to retrieve it in different ways. This means that they have become carnivorous, because they only acquire the nutrients they need by consuming other living organisms such as flies, bugs, and plants. I don't think consuming plants counts as carnivorous. Also, this is literally just describing what a fungus is. Some mushrooms even get their nutrients from feeding on another type of fungus or parasite. Mushrooms growing on a tree is usually a sign that they are consuming the tree, so you should remove them immediately. Not always the case. Okay, well, we know what to do with our gloom. Meadow orchids of Britain. My dear friend, I've been pondering these last weeks what could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach the wider world. Since it is so seldom we are able to see our work published, considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? It may not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record on botany. Do consider it. I would hate for such an important research to stay hidden away. With warmest regards, Anne. Nah, fuck you. I'm publishing it in my own name out of spite. Alright. So, let's feed it some mushrooms. Sapphire gloom. Water it. Here, man. Mushrooms. Oh, they're so excited. They love it. Schlorp. Ooh. You know, it probably isn't good to have, like, just a big mushroom-covered tree, like, in your foyer. The sapphire gloom is a wildly misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees, and as opposed to popular belief, the mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. Cool. That's pretty. Alright, now we can access that room upstairs, which is presumably the master bedroom. Or at least a hall to access it. Dearest Arabella, I was taking a walk along a river in Somerset recently and noticed a sight that I had just had to write to you about. In the water I saw the brook chalice blooming. I've never seen or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mention of it. It was so beautiful. Do you have any idea what would have caused this? Probably it being in the water. 10th of August. The Trapped Fairy. Attic. Locked. Cradle fern. Oh. It's a clue. Oh. Aha. Aquatic weed removal. Do you have a pond? Do you want to swim in it? Is it covered in slimy weeds? We are specialized in removing the following weeds: algae, Himalayan balsam, brook chalice, and duckweed. Make an appointment today. Somerset Society for Wildlife Protection offers a petition to be presented to the Honorable House of Commons. In recent years, Hunts have been taking place near the Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to the decline and even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear their beautiful chime-like calls. We call upon the government to regulate hunting near rivers of Somerset. We ask that they respect the breeding times of wildlife. If you agree, please sign below and return this letter to us. No expense attends signing. Your signature, Arabella Green. Alright, we got cradle fern, which presumably just needs some eggs in it. Bird eggs. Fern painting. The trapped fairy. Once upon a time, there was a little fairy who loved gazing at her own reflection in the water. She lost track of the time, and the day turned into night. Nyx, goddess of the night, noticed the little fairy. The moon was shining bright, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Nyx took offense. That does sound like something that a Greek god would do, and decided to punish the little fairy. Nyx placed the fairy into a nightfall and cast a spell on her. She fell in love with the moon and gazed upon the sky all night. As dawn approached and the sun arose, the spell broke, though just as the fairy awoke from her enchantment, the flower bud closed and trapped the fairy for eternity. Oh, bummer. Once upon a time... Okay, I mean, that doesn't really help us much. Dearest friend, it seems our interest in visiting the private plant collection of Lord Spencer has gone unacknowledged. While disappointing, I am not sure it is worth pursuing scientific study in such places. In my recent visit to Brinsby, the young man showing us around had barely a basic knowledge of plants, and due to there being a large group of gentlemen at the party, all useful time and erudition was devoted to them and none given to Constance and I. Let us plan another trip of our own, and perhaps we can see these specimens in their home habitats where they belong. Ever your faithful friend, Eliza. Essence of arnica flower. For sprains, strains, and joint pains. Tincture of red clover. Chamomile and red clover seems to soothe hot flushes. Girl, it's 1890. You don't need a chamber pot anymore. See, this is what I'm talking about. A hot bath at the turn of a tap. The number 30 bath geyser. Provides a rapid flow of hot water. Simply turn the tap and instantly hot water will appear. Can be used multiple times in a row without any extra cost. I would hope so. Oh boy. Okay, so something wants hot water? Cold water? Ah. Installation of disconnected pipes. 14 shillings. Here's our quote to repair the geyser in your bathroom. The cost might seem high, but trust us, it's a complex job best left to the professionals. 14 shillings, I can do it myself. I appear to be missing a pipe. Ah. Right. Nightfall, Wolf Club, Sapphire Gloom, Cradle Fern. Wild having a bathroom like this, but no bidet. Freezing water, please. This is literally frozen. Steam, huh? Steam, huh? Okay. Letter about weeds. Fairy painting. Bath geyser. Wait, no. Hang on. Brook chalice. That's the one. So I'm just drowning this fern for no reason. You know what? You wait here. I'll be right back. I think I'm losing my voice. I've been reading too much. Dear Lady Arabella, I wanted to thank you once again for your invaluable contributions during our recent meadow orchid research expedition. Your keen observations and deep knowledge of orchids was so helpful. Your dedication to the field is an inspiration to us all. I look forward to collaborations and the continued exploration of the botanical wonders that surround us. I will put in a good word for you with the Botanical Society. Most sincerely, Professor Montague. Thanks, Monty. Ooh, key to the attic. Can I reset clue? You bath geyser, weed removal, petition, fairy story, fairy painting, letter about weeds. River swimming this season. Dear members, we want to make sure you can all enjoy swimming this summer, so we have cleared the most popular rivers in Somerset of all aquatic weeds. Bummer. The River Cam and the River Chew and the River Summer have all been cleared of weeds thanks to the services of Clark's Aquatic Weed Removals Company. Thank you for your continued support to our monthly Thanks to your monthly donations, the rivers of Somerset are clean and weed-free. Health and safety warning. August 8th of August 1890. It has been brought to our attention that the factory of Barton Ironworks has been illegally dumping scrap metal in rivers across Somerset. These rivers are now polluted with rust, making them unsafe for swimming. Okay. So it's rust that the the water weeds want. You know, funnily, like this this paneling right here, this is exactly the sort of paneling that was in the cupboard and that led to the priest hide that I mentioned earlier. Let's see. River Cam, 11 miles, average temperature 5 Celsius. River Summer, 7 miles, 15 Celsius. Okay, so River Summer. So she was in Somerset, so it's probably the River Summer, so 15 Celsius. Dearest Arabella, I am writing to share with you an exciting discovery I have made in my botanical studies. Turns out that some plants are particularly sensitive to sound and seem to thrive when exposed to music or melodies from their natural environment. I hope to share more of my findings with you in the near future and would be delighted if you could join me in my research. Your sincere friend, Marianne. Got any rust up here? You do? Bird calls. Shoveler duck, blue heron, shell duck, pintail. Golden mallard, crested owl, silver magpie, red-billed moran, tufted duck, and teal. E, F, E, D, C, D, C, D. E, F, E, D, C, D, C, D. You, come here. Oh, wait. We can actually see which one it is. So it's got the little teardrops on it. I'll unlock that for now. Let's head back to the library, into the study. You. Crested owl. You, come here. Crested owl is ECDEGF. All right, so EC D E G F. So there we go. Yeah, that's how birds work. The cradle fern is used by the crested owl as a nest, and in turn, the plant has grown dependent on the owl's chime-like call to grow. Yay! All right, cool. Come here. You wait here, I'll be back. That's some water. Gardening curiosities. I guess that makes this place fully furnished. Sometimes a moth can be trapped inside a flower bud if it closes in the morning. The moth isn't forced to use the flower bud as a resting place until it opens again later. Some flowers only bloom for short periods during the year, so if the moth is unlucky, the flower bud won't open again until many months later. Okay. So it is a carnivorous flower that eats moths, I guess. Hummingbird hawk moth. Eyed hawk moth, mint moth, privet hawk moth. Okay, so we go over here. We got trap moths, moths poster. Well, this looks nice and dusty. Ah, the rusty pig. The sight of plants. Some scientists have theorized that plants have photoreceptors in their leaves and stems which allow them to see the color of light. This means that flowers can tell the time of day and know when to open and close their buds. The exact time that flowers bloom is different for each flower, but most do appear to respond to light and the color of light in some way. Horticulturists and botanists have made use of this knowledge to trick difficult flowers into blooming at any time they like. Open up. Ah! Aha! Okay. So now we just got to cycle through the colors of the sunset for the nightfall. The Botanist Digest. This month, in conversation with Professor Montague, leading expert in British meadow orchids. In his words, every plant, every leaf, and every meadow holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. My aim is simply to uncover some of those mysteries. Professor John Montague, renowned botanist, sheds light on his groundbreaking work in the world of meadow orchids and other botanical wonders. With decades of research and numerous publications to his name, Professor Montague's contributions to the field have been nothing short of revolutionary, including discoveries of new species such as Dactylorhiza Montague or hood marsh orchid. Alright, we got our brook chalice. Government notice? River poster. No, not that. Government notice. River poster. River Trust? My dear niece, I fear the window may be closing for you to find a suitable husband. I have arranged a dinner for you to meet my neighbor's son, Edward. He is successful in business in London. Your cousins William and Thomas may well aspire to become accomplished scientists, but for you, Arabella, it is better to make yourself useful in the small duties of life for which you'll be loved and appreciated. Your studious nature will no doubt be valuable should you have a son, but it would be foolish to allow such folly to come before the important things in life. I'm confident that this is what your parents would have wanted. Dinner will be from 5 o'clock on Sunday. Remember to wear a becoming dress. Yours very sincerely, Aunt Agnes. Uh-huh. Let's go huck this in the river. Well, in the bathtub. You can live there. 15 degrees. Brook chalice. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Park it in there. Fill? Ew. It didn't like it. Okay. hang on. I think it wants cold water. I don't think that made any difference whatsoever. Alright, so what time of year? My dear Nova, never forgotten. Aww. I wonder if that was the developer's cat. Taking a walk in Somerset recently, 10th of August. Okay. River Summer, 7 miles, 15C, bridges 3. 15C, River Cam. 5. Taking a walk along a river in Somerset. River Cam and Chew and Summer. Cam, Chew, and Summer. Oh, it could be any of these. So we know that it wasn't the River Summer and it wasn't the River Cam because those had been cleared of weeds that April. So it's not 5C and it's not 15. Could be 10, could be 20. Which is 8. River Cam, River Summer, River Chew. River From was also affected by the waste. Okay. So it's the River From. So the River From is 25C. Why is it bubbling? There we go. This bathtub is just ruined. The brick chalice prefers to grow in rivers with a temperature of 25°C. The plant naturally filters the water from rust and metal. Unfortunately, they get removed often, as most people prefer their ponds to be weed-free. Alright. It won't let me drain it now. Alright. So what clues have I gotten with this? Site of plants. There's one clue missing. Nightfall. Gonna park it up in the attic and then go see what Grandma had to say. Okay. Are there any further clues up here? No. Duck. Mallard. Ah. Interesting. All right, so we can rule out March. A moth calendar. Book closes. Oh. This illustration, it illustrates the wings. So what are we looking at? That is a garden tiger moth. Garden tiger, September. May, July, October, April, June, September. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Ugh. Although it looks like an ad is about to start, so I'm gonna be right back. Peanut butter sandwich. I'm back. All right. So blue, yellow, orange, red. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Blue, yellow, orange, red. There we go. Take that, Grandma. Seeing the nightfall bloom is a rare event. The flower only blooms with September sunsets. Night pollinators active in September, such as the garden tiger, often get trapped once the bud closes for the rest of the year. Neat. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Let's see who it's from. Here, we'll put it right in the sun. Aww. Oh, put it with the rest of them. I do love how excited the music gets when we get mail. Ooh, a key to the formal garden. Lady Arabella, I apologize wholeheartedly for accidentally taking the key to the formal garden home with me. It was in my pocket, and I had simply forgotten it was there. I didn't want to disturb your research, so I've left the key in the basket here for you. Jimmy. Damn it, Jimmy. First you break my mortar twice, then you steal my key to the formal garden. Why do you work for me? I have to sneeze. I no longer have to sneeze. Locked from the other side. Okay. Route back. I think this is the last area. Formal garden. Climbing up. 3 new plants. Yuck. Alright, what do we got? Spring dance shrub. Which I believe was mentioned somewhere else. We have a folly? I mean, of course we have a folly. Spring dance shrub, fool's emerald. Oslet. And that's it. That is the end of the book. Well, that's perfect. My pond. Okay. Ooh, pretty. Dirt. Mr. Bennett. The telegraph you ordered arrived while you were at the farmer's market. They delivered it by boat. I left it at the boathouse since I didn't know where you'd like to keep it. There appears to be a Morse code manual inside the case as well. Oh no, don't tell me I have to memorize Morse code. Ow. Tips for growing hydrangeas. Hydrangeas are beautiful flowers that contain anthocyanin, which is a pigment that can change color depending on the pH levels of its environment. The colors can vary between red, purple, and blue. Ew. New materials for garden pots: terracotta and granite, sandstone, marble, and obsidian. Who the fuck is making an obsidian fucking flower pot? And also how? Can I read this? No. My sweet Hazel, are you keeping well today? Jemmy's only gone and broken the lawnmower again. If it weren't for my war injury, I wouldn't be letting him loose with the mower. He said he ran over some hard object down in the long grass near the pond. I had a brief look and couldn't see anything. Sometimes I wonder about that boy's sensibilities. Save me some of your lovely scones. Yours always, Mr. Bennett. Over long distance. A method of communication over long distances must be selected according to the requirements of the scenario. If the message contains no sensitive information, or there is no enemy presence within the communication area, an open method of communication such as telegraphy may be used. If open communication is permissible, both receivers may still benefit from the abbreviation of messages. See Plate 2 for the table of commonly used military abbreviations using telegraphy and Morse code. Oh boy. Ancient Rome, smoke signaling. A brief history of long-range military communications. Ancient Greece, water telegraphy and torch telegraphy. Ancient Rome, smoke signaling. 16th century, beacons and pigeons. 18th century, Murray shutter telegraph. 18th century, radiated telegraph. 19th century, Morse code. Well, that's a comprehensive history right there. Alright, what do we got here? Seaweed, wood ash, guano, manure, coffee, and peat. Yeah. Excuse me. Bird! I'm sorry. I'm taking your food now. Ha ha ha. Oh? Blue, violet, purple, white, pink, red. Okay. Oh. One moment, I got a sandwich in my mouth. I see. Note about, let's see. Pigment research, soil pH. Hydrangeas. Okay. Mixed seed for garden birds. Attract a host of garden birds such as bluebirds, finches, robins, and warblers with this seed prepared at the highest quality levels. Simply spread the seeds on an appropriate bird table or feeding surface and observe the delight of your feathered garden neighbors. Okay. That just loops back. Boathouse. Red flowers. Oh. Blue flowers. Purple flowers, orange flowers, yellow flowers. So what am I trying to get, like, all the different flowers? All the different colors? There's something. Oh, that's just a bench. Hi! Okay, so you're that thing. Oh, I think I understand. I think I'm supposed to be leading this thing one by one down the path while not startling it. So this is a robin, so it wants red flowers. Which means it wants a low pH? What's a high pH? Sandstone with seaweed. Sandstone with seaweed is what I want. Okay. Do we have sandstone? We do. Sandstone. All right. How do I get down there? Have I checked up here? Oh, yeah. I remember this place. Ah. So here's Fool's Emerald. Which I know absolutely nothing about. Luciferin. Luciferin. That sounds familiar. Luciferin. I feel like I've heard of luciferin before. Sincerest greetings. Dear Arabella, I was delighted after our recent mentoring session. You do excellent work as a fellow scholar of the natural world. I recall the spring dance shrub that once grew in your garden before you departed on your travels. How wonderful it would be to see it growing again. I've been compiling plant specimens that require pollination to mature into their adult stage. I wonder if the spring dance shrub is one of these plants. Ever your affectionate friend, Lavinia. Okay, well. Greeting card. Plant chemicals? No. Everything's gone wrong. Okay. Pot catalog. Bird poster. Bird seeds. One moment. The marvel of bioluminescence. In the darker corners of our world, there are plants and organisms that are able to produce their own light. These plants, fungi, and insects are most often found in areas of low light, such as dark forests, deep oceans, and gloomy caves. Oh, luciferium is bioluminescence. Recent discoveries show that chemicals such as luciferin are responsible for this glowing effect. Yeah. It is not known what this glowing effect is used for, but it could be for communication with others of the same species or to attract pollinators for food. Scientists believe there are many bioluminescent species waiting to be discovered. Okay. Plant chemicals, bioluminescence. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. Boy, that guy sure didn't look very hard, did he? Like, oh, I looked and I didn't see anything. You looked, huh? My dearest cousin, whilst I hold a deep fascination for the pursuit of knowledge and science, I must admit the subject of spiritualism is not one that particularly captivates me. Therefore, I must return this book to you. However, I appreciate your efforts in sharing your interests with me. With affection, Arabella. The Will-O-Wisp. Glowing spirit of marshes, forests, and caves. Okay, well this is probably Fool's Emerald. The Will-O-Wisp is an eerie apparition that has long been the subject of both fear and fascination. It makes its appearance to lost travelers in dark, isolated places and beckons them to follow with its beguiling, blinking light. Many a wanderer has followed the wisp's alluring light across marshes or into caves, never to be seen again. Take heed, those who venture into dark places resist the temptation of the Will-O-Wisp's shimmering radiance. Turn back before it is too late. Oh, that's handy. Why is that not a clue? That feels very clue-like to me. Boathouse. Alright, well we know where this goes. Ooh. There's something glowing in there. Wet. this is safe. Oh my god, it's so dark. Alright, you go over here. No, you go in here. Wet. Wet the dries. Dark the lights. I see. This requires additional research. What you painting? Would you guys call that a folly? Is that a folly or more of a gazebo? I feel like that's a folly. It's pretty folly-like, but things in this game have generally been pretty clearly labeled. Oh, yeah, it's a folly. Peanut. Alrighty. So we want you here. Where was the bird seed? Oh. Yeah. Right. Get out of here. Go. So cool. Oh god, it's a stealth mission. Okay. So how's this supposed to work? Look, I'm a friend. Hmm. guess let's check the boathouse, see what's going on over there. Okay. That seems awful narrow. Open. Okay. Duck. Well, goose. How weeds spread. Weeds can take over an area quite rapidly. Some weeds have adapted in order to spread their seeds as far away as possible. The plant itself does not have much control over this, but trusts nature to lend a helping hand. Wood avens and goosegrass have seeds with a hook designed to attach to the fur of passing animals. They are carried and dropped up to several miles away. Dandelions have seeds with attached feathery puff that allows them to simply be carried away on the wind to a faraway location. Other plants, such as lords and ladies, wrap their seeds in an attractive berry, which birds consume and later deposit at waste a great distance away. A final, more mysterious example is the seed of the ocelot. It is known to be picked up by critters, but then take it back to their nest. As soon as the animal goes to sleep, the seed sprouts into bloom. It is not quite understood how the plant is able to detect when the creature is asleep. The Betty Bye weed. Hedgehog. Hedgehogs are protected from predators by their coat of needles. They live in burrows in both field and woodland habitats. Gray squirrel. The North American gray squirrel is larger than the red and with smaller ears. It forages foods, but can also digest some seeds straight away. Mole. Red squirrel. Red squirrels live in nests high up in the trees. They sometimes forage food back to the nest to keep it for later. Wood mice are very small and live in woodlands, but also many other habitats, including fields, parks, meadows, and gardens. Rabbits live in many habitats and burrows underground. Okay, so I think that we want to attract a red squirrel. Acorn, collect 3 tokens. Foraging critters. Shuffle the food cards and place the stack face down in the center of the game board. Place the food tokens around the food cards on the board. Place the animals on the start tile. Players choose their animal by rolling the dice. The highest roller chooses first. Take turns to roll the dice and move your animal along the woodland path. The highest roller goes first. If you land on a food tile, pick up a food card. If your animal matches the card, you can collect the tokens specified on your food card. If you land on a gray squirrel's tile, it steals all of your food tokens and they must be returned to the board. The player who has the most food tokens in their nest at the end of the game is the winner. Okay. So basically, we gotta start, like, shooting gray squirrels. Ocelot. Weeds and seeds. Playing cards. Board game rules. Edison records echo all over the world. Isn't that lovely? Animal husbandry and rehabilitation for all work with animals domesticated and wild. Cow. I see. So we're dealing with BPMs. Okay. That one's pretty low. Okay. Pretty high. What the fuck is this? Got some fucking electronic music over here. I don't think Edison was recording anything like this. Ooh, a gate. All right. Potting soil. Oscillate. Oh. Oh, right. All right. Where's Red Squirrel? 300 and 120. I don't know. Maybe we want the funky fresh beats. Yeah, we wanted the funky fresh beats. I suppose it's fairly obvious. When it's the only one that does not sound like it belongs at all. The ocelot seed is picked up by small animals such as the red squirrel, who then store it inside their nests. Once the animal falls asleep, the ocelot depends upon the heartbeat vibrations to break open and bloom. Neato. Okay, well then in that case. Excuse me. Ooh. Bought of William Foley, educational and school materials, Lady Arabella Green, 10 classroom desks, 20 notebooks, chalkboard, ink black blue box of 20, red box of 10, writing materials, display case, teaching desk. £4, 5 shillings, and 3 pence. Dear Lady Arabella, thank you for your order. As discussed, we will write again in the coming months to inform you of a delivery date for these school supplies. All the best, W. Foley. Okay. So what's up here then? Oh, it's this place. Okay. So we got our Dark Souls shortcut finally. I suppose we're bringing the blinking lights into, deal with the Fool's Emerald? Alright, SK over and out, Roger, attention, message begins. Preceding text was an error, request for repetition, message is verified. End of transmission. Yes, ba. Alright. Okay, so that does light up. Roger, invitation to transmit. K-A? Just K? Nope. Oh, that actually worked. Oh. Neat. Interesting. The Fool's Emerald is a vine that contains luciferin, which allows it to create light. They grow in caves where they use the light to communicate with each other, very much like Morse code. What was the last clue? So KA, message begins. Alright. This little fucker is still doing this. Okay, there we go. Thankfully, he's stupid. All right. I love tricking. Tricks and treachery. Alright. He's over there. Let me head around. Yoink. It's probably pushing my luck. Yeah? Yeah, we did it. Oh. Yay! Wait, is that the last one? That's the last one! The spring giant shrub contains anthocyanins, causing it to change color depending on the pH levels of its environments. Robins love red flowers and will be attracted to the red variant of this shrub. That leaves me with one small problem. That's everything except for the last clue. Hi. I'm gonna check the boathouse one more time. Oh my god, there's robins everywhere. Oh. Dear Mr. Bennett, thank you so much for the lovely bunch of rhubarb from my nephew's garden. He needn't have sent anything in return for the herbal poultice I gave him for this little one, but I am grateful all the same. I know he hasn't the money to fetch the doctor since he said he cannot read a note, but please send him my thanks when you see him. Faithfully yours, Hazel. I want the last clue. It just won't feel complete unless I get it. I have trouble believing that that's not a clue. We can take one last lap around the manor. Oh, duck. You would think that I would get the achievement for touching all of the ducks, rather than just the very first one. Worm. Ocelot seed. Grass. Pine cone. Ew, I don't really like how it's pulsating. Alright, well, I guess we just don't get that clue. I guess it doesn't matter. Is that Comic Sans? On the sign? It may be. Duck. Ooh. Accidentally taking the key. Goodbye, book. Even though I'm missing one clue. Yay! We did it! That was fun! That was a cute game. I like that. And it was like the perfect length, too. Oh. That was fun. I have no idea where the last clue was. Well, I hope you all had a lovely time. That will be it for me for tonight. Let me find the mood to raid out. Let's see who we can harass and harangue. Ba-da-ba-da. Doop-doo. Da-da-da. You know what? Let's go say hi to Kobe. He seems to be. It seems that he's playing trading card shop simulator. Let's go say hi to him. Hope you all had a lovely time, and I will see you on Friday. Hopefully, with Fallout. Oh no! 1 year later. Oh no, there's an after credit scene? Hang on. Hang on. Canceling that. Alright, fine. You baited me. Ceremonial key? Okay. Green School of Botany. Okay. Herbarium. Herbarium. Okay, cool. Oh, look, we're teaching young women to join the sciences. My dear Flora, I'm terribly sorry your herbarium didn't get picked up for publishing, though I am most excited about your new plans to turn Botany Manor into a botanical academy. I look forward to visiting the school and meeting the talented students you have under your wing. Let's hope they carry on our fight. Lots of love, Elizabeth. Arabella, I hope you don't mind me still calling you by your childhood pet name. Forgotten Flora. Got a robin in here. We're trapped in. We're locked in. All right, well that's sweet. All right. Now let's go. Oh god. What have I clicked on? I've clicked on a thing. Yeah, let's go. Start raid. Outro. But yes, I hope you all